You know it's Amio, and today I'm going to be talking about adjusting to life with braces. I've had my braces for almost 4 weeks now. I videoed myself the morning after I got my braces on, just sort of talking about how my first night's sleep was, because it was slightly eventful. So I'll insert that clip here.
Good morning. I just woke up, but I just wanted to document how my teeth have been going. Last night before I went to bed, my front tooth down the bottom here, I put some wax on it because that tooth like sits forward, so the bracket was rubbing on the inside of my lip here, and it wasn't overly painful, but I thought I would just put some wax on it to help prevent it from getting worse. And I also put some Bonjela on my lip where it had been rubbing. Also, like, I had a bit of a broken sleep last night. I woke up just really weird reasons. Like, I would be almost asleep and then I would wake up because I'd bit the tip of my tongue. It happened like twice. Also, I woke up a few times when I had suddenly like bit down on my front teeth and they'd clang together. I don't know, it's really weird. All in all, I don't really feel pain. I just kind of feel like an aching feeling. That's probably the best way to describe it. And I do feel it like in my teeth. I don't feel it, in my gums or my jaw or anything like that. It's just sort of my teeth themselves feel sensitive. And it's definitely the front teeth, top and bottom, that I feel it. I guess because they're the ones that are going to be moving. So you'll see how I travel today. I have an event to go to. I just have to face the day and get on with it, really. Wish me luck.
One thing that I will say is that once I had my braces first put on and I looked at my teeth, I wasn't really shocked at what I saw. It was what I expected. But I think what's quite common is that you don't really realize how crooked your teeth really are until you have your braces on straight away. And just sort of seeing where the brackets are, they're not all evenly spaced out. There's some to the side, and it's all just because I guess my teeth are crooked. And I remember just kind of thinking to myself that, this is the ugliest that my teeth are going to look. They're just going to improve and start to look nicer from here. In my little clip that I filmed the morning after my braces were put on, I mentioned that I had an event to go to that day. And I went and I went to it, and it was really beautiful, and there were a number of foods there. It was around lunchtime, and I knew there was going to be food there and that I would be limited, so I literally ate a whole jar of applesauce in the car ride there so that I was full. And then when I got there, the food that they had was really nice looking little sandwiches, really lovely looking sushi, sausage rolls, and pies that looked really fancy. And I'm such a big foodie. Like, I would have eaten every single thing that they brought. I would have tried everything. And then they brought out the little platters of cakes. And that's where I gave in. I had no intention of eating anything, and then the honey cake came around. So I was like, I'm just gonna have just like the littlest square of honey cake. And it, you know how honey cake has layers? So it's like layers of cake, and between the little skinny layers, there's some like icing or whatever. So I was just like peeling like each layer and then like breaking it in half and then putting it in my mouth and sending it straight to the back and like chewing it as best as I could and swallowing it. So my first experience of eating any solid food while I had my braces on was honey cake. Eating the honey cake was my first experience of eating solid food and trying to chew it with the build-ups on my back molars. And that was kind of when I realized that my back teeth just don't touch. I'm gonna get really close so you can see how my teeth don't touch because of the build-ups. So I'm just gonna bite down and try and put like my fingernail through my teeth so you can see. It's a little bit dark, but we'll see how we go. They just don't touch at all. Because of those little things. And I completely understand why it needed to be done. It's basically to stop my top teeth at the bottom touching these braces down the bottom. So when I bite down, they actually are not touching these brackets here. So I completely understand why it needed to be done. It's just quite difficult to eat food. It's, really hard to chew. Sort of the first things that I was eating, that I was chewing, is I had watermelon for breakfast one day. I cut it into probably 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter cubes, so they were teeny tiny and I didn't have to chew them as much. And quite literally, I was shoveling these cubes into my mouth and then chewing with my teeth that don't touch. And so it was pretty much just like turning them into mush by squashing them. It was by no instruction from anybody. I just decided to use the manual toothbrush that I was given from the orthodontists for 2 weeks, and then just to be brushing with something like gentle. But after 2 weeks, I switched to my electric toothbrush. And I was so glad when I did, because I definitely felt like I was getting a more thorough clean of my teeth with the electric toothbrush. A big thing that you need to adjust to when you get your braces is just the pain in general. I don't want to say that you're going to constantly be in pain, but for me, it's been about 4 weeks and I pretty much feel the same as I did the first couple of days after I got the braces on. Probably the first 2 days after I got them on, I was taking pain relief pretty regularly just to kind of stay on top of it. And then I just decided to stop taking pain relief unless I felt I really needed it. And I don't think I've taken it again since, and it's been about 4 weeks now. You kind of just get used to how it feels. I mainly feel it on like my front teeth top and bottom. My main thing that will happen, and if I feel, the most amount of pain, I tend to kind of talk quite fast when I'm around friends and stuff like that. So I'll just be talking away, and then my teeth will just like bang together, the front teeth. I would be talk, and they'll bang together, and I'll just be like, ugh, like it'll just kind of like stop me in my tracks. But it only lasts like a second or two. Apart from that, the only real sort of pain that I feel is like an aching feeling in my teeth. If I'm chewing food and my teeth are touching, if they touch at like a weird sort of spot or whatever, it can hurt, but again, it's only for a second or two. Now, I don't know if this is just me or if anybody else who has had braces, but I find that I quite literally stare at my teeth often. Like, obsessing over if they have moved or changed or anything like that. I'll even get like a little handheld mirror, like a compact mirror, and be like looking like this at my teeth up close, being like, oh, I think that one's moved. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Now, when I say I'm not sure if my teeth have moved or not, what I will say is that when I try to floss my teeth, and I'm sort of bringing the floss between two teeth, it definitely feels tighter than it has before. So before I got the braces, like I would know which teeth it was like tight to get the floss between, and I would know what teeth floss would just easily go up and down between. But I was finding that those teeth that previously would be really easy to floss were tight, and maybe were like tight in one spot and loose in another spot. I don't know, it's weird. So even though I've been staring at my teeth in a little compact mirror and I can't really tell if they've moved or not, with, trying to floss them, I can definitely tell that they're obviously moving. So because it's really difficult to floss with the normal floss, I bought myself a water flosser, and that's made my life so much easier. So a few things that I've noticed since I've had my braces on that I can't do. There's things that I was able to do before, which are just very simple things with your mouth or your teeth, that I'm now limited and I can't do. And I guess you don't really realize that these things are normal in your life until you can't do them. And they might be like a little weird things, but whatever. So the first thing that I noticed was on your lips, like if you get, if your lips are dry or they're chapping or whatever, and you get little bits of, I guess, like dead skin along there, I would usually just kind of come along with my teeth and just like bite it off. Sorry if this sounds weird. And I'm sure that like I'm not the only person who does this, but I literally cannot do that anymore. Like my teeth can't, I cannot do it. The next really weird thing that I used to be able to do with my teeth and lips is that if I was like itchy on the inside of my lips, so weird to talk about. If I was itchy, I was able to like scratch them with the bottom of my teeth or whatever, like that. And I literally cannot do that anymore. Like I'm just scratching my lip with my braces. So weird. I also can't bite my nails anymore. Probably not a bad thing, but I can't do that. I can't. I just cannot. My teeth are just too sensitive to do that. If I use the kind of force that you would need to use to break into a nail, like that's sensitive. I can do it now, but I couldn't in like the first couple of weeks that I had my braces on, is when I would put chapstick on my lips, I literally could not rub my lips together. I can do it now, so that I could not do. I was like I couldn't close my lips together and bring them far in. I don't know, it was really weird. Okay, so my most traumatizing food eating experience since I got my braces on was something that I thought would be so simple, and I was probably a couple weeks into having the braces on, and I got to the point where I was sick of eating like baby food, mush kind of crap that, you know, before I had the braces on, I had purchased a bag of chips, crisps, potato crisp, whatever, and they had like a really interesting flavor. It was applesauce and pork belly flavored crisps, and I love pork belly so much, so I was really interested in trying these, and I had forgotten to eat them before I had my braces put on, so they were literally just sitting in the cupboard. So when I was staring in the cupboard, just trying to find something else to eat that wasn't freaking custard or mashed potatoes, I thought to myself, do you know what? I'll just make a chip sandwich. I've got white bread, put some butter on it, put some of these chips in the middle, put the bread together, squish it, and eat that. Oh my God. I thought I would be fine, and it was not fine. Like, I bit into it, and obviously the bread is soft, but chewing on the chips, it literally, for real, felt like I was chewing rocks. On a brighter note, I can still do that little tongue trick that I could do a couple of videos ago before I had my braces on and my teeth were removed. I can still do it, except now that I have the build-ups on my teeth and I bite differently, my tongue literally pops out the front as well. I will say that over the last few days, my teeth have started to feel a bit sensitive again. They feel a little like loose or not as secure as they have been. When I run my tongue behind my front teeth here, it feels different behind there, so I think maybe they are moving. I haven't really noticed any major changes, but I think that's probably because I'm just staring at my teeth often, and I guess if I wasn't obsessing over if they're moving, I would notice a change, but I really can't tell. My next appointment with the orthodontist is in 5 days' time, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what sort of things I can expect from those appointments, what changes they might make. I don't really know what to expect, so I'm just looking forward to that. I just want to say thank you so much to whoever is watching this and has made it this far to the end. It's really kind of you. I know when I was preparing to have my braces on, I really looked to YouTube a lot to find out information about what to expect. So I really appreciate anyone who's watching this. Thank you so much, and until my next video, bye!